Hey guys, so we're on Wowhead, and I saw this on Twitter. World of Warcraft Cataclysm Classic survey sent by Blizzard. See, there's something wrong with that sentence. Cataclysm Classic. Now, I personally have nothing wrong with Cataclysm. It was fine up until the very end, and yeah. Um, but Classic. What was Classic WoW? Classic WoW was vanilla, BC, and Wrath. Once they shifted to Cataclysm and they got rid of the talent system, they literally changed the world. Deathwing flying through and destroying the fucking world itself. It's no longer classic. So there should be no Cataclysm Classic servers at all. People are saying, Wrath Plus, like Classic Plus, where they can maybe do some of the ideas that they didn't get a chance to do. Like for example, Dragon Isles. Yes, we're going to the Dragon Isles in the next expansion, but in Classic, back they had Dragon Isles planned back in vanilla. So maybe have that as that raid or zone like they wanted to back in Classic. In vanilla. Or the Emerald Dream. They were like, oh yeah, we've got some really cool stuff with the Emerald Dream and druids and this and that. Well, why not put that in Classic Plus? Classic Plus kind of allows them to diverge the timeline or lore that we know and kind of create something new out of it. Um, but that's classic stuff. Cataclysm was not classic. That was the death of classic. Like I said, the talent tree system they got rid of, the world they changed. Um, Ogrimmar, the capitals changed. It's no longer classic. So to say, oh yeah, we want to bring a Cataclysm Classic server, that no, no. If you want to play Cataclysm, there are plenty marvelous fucking private servers you can play on. There's no reason for Blizzard to create something like that. There's really nothing that people would see in Cataclysm. They're like, oh man, I want to relive that. Like I said, it was a great expansion for the most part, but it's just it's not what you would call classic. You know, Cataclysm came out 2010, not exactly classic. Um, but let's see some of the questions. Okay, just typical. How old are you? Gender non-binary. Devices you use. Um, describe your experience with the game. Okay, let's see. World of Warcraft Classic will be bringing back. Okay, would you like to see? Do next. The expansion after the original Wrath was Cataclysm. No. How familiar are you with the original 2010 release of World of Warcraft Cataclysm? Siri, I played it. Features introduced. New dungeons, obviously. Goblins and Worgens. New zones. Account-wide mounts and pets. Yeah. Archaeology. Class change to professions. Class design. Collection user interface. Dungeon journal. Um, yeah, Raid Finder people didn't like very much. Reforging talent system changes. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is taking away from Classic. Uh, Wait, how interested would you be in playing the next Classic expansion based on each of the following features? Comparing. was a transmogrification. What about this feature makes you most interested in playing the next selected raid finder? This to determine which game concept you will be testing. Please tell us your favorite color from the list below. Just Cataclysm, it doesn't have. Let's see if people are saying the same thing. No thanks. I definitely don't want a Cataclysm Classic. I don't think Cataclysm Classic is happening. Please no. Let's not repeat that mistake. Thanks. Um I would rather not see Cataclysm Classic be a thing. Yeah. Yeah, no thanks. Classic will end in Wrath of the Lich King for me. That's when it ends. Like I said, once the world was changed and, so many things were changed that were in Classic, it's no longer Classic for Heroic Ragnaros. That was pretty fun. But again, there are many amazing private servers to play on. Um, yeah. Uh, yeah, no. If they get rid of Wrath servers. WoW Classic ends at Wrath of the Lich King. Exactly. Shouldn't call it Classic WoW after that. So I don't want Cata personally. Should rename it to like Legacy servers or something. Classic WoW has always been a trilogy in my and a lot of people's lives. Exactly. Vanilla, BC, Wrath. That is Classic WoW. And I think certain amount of years should have to pass before one considers it Legacy server. Um, you know, even though it's been like 10, 12 years since Cataclysm, I still don't think that's long enough to be considered legacy. I mean, that's just my opinion. Some people might say, "Oh, it's old enough." And considering how frequent the you know, but it's like every year or two they released the new classic. So it I no just um just give us a date. Interestingly, they say World of Warcraft Cataclysm Classic. I'm all in for Wrath of Lich King Plus. Uh-huh. Make a completely new non-kata expansion with new features. Exactly. Like I said, there are so many ideas that they had for classic for vanilla BC and Wrath that they didn't get to do. I would love to see the original Dragon Isles. I would love to see the original Emerald Dream. I would love to see all those things that they had planned. Ajara Crater. It was a battleground that never got released. I would love to see that. There's so many things that didn't get done because they may not have had enough time, or they felt like maybe it didn't fit in with the lore expansion, the expansion lore. So if it was like a plus kind of thing, I would be fine with that as long as it was a separate server. Because it's like right now they're getting rid of the Burning Crusade server is now Wrath of the Lich King. But Wrath of the Lich King is still regarded as like the best expansion. So would you want them to get rid of that to make room for another server? So if it was a separate server and everything, that's fine. But I don't want them erasing the the Wrath server to create this new one. So um Cataclysm was whack. I started in Cat, it holds nostalgia. No, just no. Ew. Criminally underrated. I agree. It was fun. Like that was when warlocks were at their fucking peak. Like drain life, drain it drained everything from them. Like I remember there were some fights where, in raids where you'd have like mobs and you do drain life and it saps from every single one of them. So if you were that close to death and you sap from everything in front of you, that's like instant health back up. It was insane. Warlocks were really good. Um, I think that's also when the Felguard pet got their little tornado spin thing, which was really fucking powerful. Um, so it was a good time to be a warlock. Um, I guess we'll just get a classic of all expansions. I wouldn't mind seeing dungeons, raids, new 80 plus zones, collections. Leave out the old world revamp, LFR, dungeon journal. I'm interested in seeing how expansions would be handled post Wrath with a classic design philosophy, not ruining the game for efficiency. Yeah, like a classic plus has been on the people's minds for a long time. You know, I figure based on my poor understanding of marketing on and WoW, we will have Cataclysm for sure. Leave Classic as the old world content before Cata reshaped the world. Uh huh. Yeah, you're just releasing. Yeah. So a lot of people have the same idea. It's not Classic during Cataclysm. That's the death of Classic. But like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing a new game plus type situation. You know. So, but that's just me and a lot of other people apparently. What do you guys think? Let me know. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.